morning everyone. Today I am here dealing with the new chapter biomolecule. This chapter comes under the branch organic chemistry. So this is the 14th unit in your NCERT text. Now coming to the topic biomolecules. So the biomolecule is any molecule produced by the living system which include macromolecule like carbohydrate, proteins, lipids, nucleic acid, and as well as smaller molecules like primary metabolites, secondary metabolites, and natural product. So biomolecule may be larger molecule as well as smaller molecule which are produced by the living organisms. So the chemistry that deal with the study of structure, functions, and interaction of these biomolecules are called biochemistry. So what is biochemistry? The chemistry that deal with the study of structure, functions, and interaction of these biomolecules are called biochemistry. So these biomolecules play an important role in life process. In addition to small molecules like vitamins and hormones, and also mineral salts also play an important role in normal functioning of organisms. Now coming to the definition of biomolecule. So biomolecules are the large organic complex molecule which build the living system and maintain the growth and reproduction of living system are called biomolecule. So what is biomolecule? The molecule, the complex, organic complex molecule, complex organic molecule that build the living system and maintain the growth and reproduction of living system are called biomolecules. So the examples of biomolecules are carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids. These are macromolecules, and also smaller molecules like vitamins, hormones, and mineral salts. These are examples of biomolecule. So this biomolecule play an important role in life process, and also smaller molecules like vitamin, hormones, and mineral salts also play an important role in normal functioning of organisms. Coming to the first biomolecule, carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are the most abundant biomolecule available on the earth. In nature, plant produce carbohydrate by a process called photosynthesis. So carbohydrates are the organic compound containing only carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So carbohydrates are made up of only carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Therefore, they have the general formula CxH2O vitamins. This is the general formula for carbohydrates. Therefore, carbohydrates are also referred as hydrates of carbon. Hydrates of carbon. But this system of defining carbohydrate is not good for all the carbohydrates. For example, glucose. The formula for glucose is C6H12O6. So this is glucose. It can be written using this relation as C6H2O 6 times. So multiply 6 to hydrogen and oxygen, we get C6, 2 6 are 12, H12 and O6. So rannose, it is is also a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. The formula for Ramnos is C6H12O5, but it cannot be printed using this relation, but it is also a carbohydrate. There are certain compounds which are not carbohydrate. For example, acetic acid. The formula for acetic acid is CH3COOH. This is acetic acid. So it contains 2 carbon and 3 plus 1 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. It can be printed using this relation as, so C, it contains 2 carbon, so C2H2O twice. So this is not a carbohydrate, it is just an acid. So this system of defining carbohydrate is not true for all the carbohydrate. Now, carbohydrates are chemically defined as optically active. Polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketones are called carbohydrates. Or a compound which produce polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketone on hydrolysis are called carbohydrate. So, carbohydrates are optically active. Carbohydrates are optically active polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketones. Overall, carbohydrate can also be defined as compound which produce polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketones on hydrolysis are also called carbohydrate. Now let us consider an example, glucose. So glucose, the formula for glucose is C6H12O6. The structure can be written as it contains 1 aldehydic functional group and 1 primary alcohol group. This is structure of glucose. So it contains aldehyde functional group and there are 5 hydroxyl group. Therefore, the polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketones are called carbohydrates. So optically active means those compounds which have the ability to interact with the plane polarized light, or a compound which rotate the plane polarized light to the either left or right are called optically active compound. So carbohydrates are chemically defined as optically active polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketones, or a compound which produce such compound on hydrolysis are called carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are also called as saccharides. So carbohydrates are also called as saccharides. In Greek saccharum means sugars. The example for carbohydrates are glucose, fructose, maltose, lactose, raffinose, etc. Now coming to the classification of carbohydrates. So carbohydrates can be classified on the basis of their behavior of hydrolysis. On the basis of behavior of hydrolysis. This carbohydrate can be classified into three types. They are monosaccharides, second one is oligosaccharides, and third one is polysaccharides. On the basis of behavior of hydrolysis, carbohydrates can be classified into three types. They are monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Now coming to the first type, monosaccharides. So monosaccharides are the carbohydrate which cannot be further hydrolyzed to simpler units. So monosaccharides are the carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed to simpler units. Which cannot be further hydrolyzed to simpler units are called monosaccharide. The example for monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, galactose. These are example for monosaccharides. So now coming to the second one, oligosaccharides. So oligosaccharides are also carbohydrates which gives 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. Which gives 2 to 10 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Are called oligosaccharides. So oligosaccharides are the carbohydrate which gives 2 to 10 monosaccharide unit on hydrolysis are called oligosaccharide. Example for oligosaccharides are maltose, lactose, sucrose, raffinose. These are example for oligosaccharides. So these oligosaccharides are further classified into disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide, etc. So disaccharide. Oligosaccharides are further classified as disaccharide, trisaccharide, and tetrasaccharides. So now coming to the disaccharides. So disaccharides are the oligosaccharides which contain 2 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. For example, maltose. So maltose on hydrolysis we get 2 glucose unit. So this is an example for disaccharide, and another example is sucrose. So sucrose on hydrolysis we get glucose and fructose monosaccharide units. So disaccharides are the oligosaccharide which on hydrolysis we get 2 monosaccharide units. Next come to trisaccharides. So trisaccharides are also oligosaccharide which on hydrolysis we get 3 monosaccharide units. For example, raffinose. Raffinose on hydrolysis we get glucose, fructose, and galactose. So this is an example for trisaccharides. So trisaccharides are the oligosaccharide which contain 3 monosaccharide unit on hydrolysis are called trisaccharide. Example is raffinose. Next coming to the third type, polysaccharides. So polysaccharides are also carbohydrates. These are also carbohydrates which contain large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis are called polysaccharides. So polysaccharide means these are also carbohydrate which contain large number of monosaccharide unit on hydrolysis. For example, starch. So switch on hydrolysis, we get large number of glucose units. We get large number of glucose units. So this is the example for polysaccharides. And another one example is starch, glycogen, amino, cellulose. These are example for polysaccharides. Carbohydrates are also classified on the basis of physical property. On the basis of physical property. So on the basis of physical property, carbohydrates can be classified into two types. One is sugar and another one is non-sugars. So sugars are crystalline solids. Soluble in water, and they are sweet in taste. Therefore, sugars are crystalline solid, soluble in water, and sweet in taste. So example for sugars are glucose, fructose, maltose, lactose. These are example for sugars. Next, coming to non-sugars. Non-sugars are the sugars which are amorphous in nature. They are amorphous in nature. Insoluble in water, and they are tasteless. Called non-sugars. Example for non-sugars are all polysaccharides. For example, starch, glycogen, cellulose. These are examples for non-sugars. On the basis of physical property, carbohydrates can be classified into two types. One is sugars and another one is non-sugars. So sugars are crystalline solids, soluble in water, and sweet in taste. So example for sugars are glucose, fructose, maltose, and lactose. Next, coming to the non-sugars. So non-sugars are amorphous in nature and insoluble in water. They are tasteless. Examples are starch, glycogen, cellulose, etc. Carbohydrates can also be classified into two types. They are reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. Non-reducing sugars. Carbohydrates are also classified as reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. So reducing sugar means the sugar which reduces. Failing solution, overall Tollens reagent on eating are called reducing sugar. So sugar which reduces, failing solution, overall Tollens reagent on eating are called reducing sugar. Examples are glucose, fructose, maltose, lactose. These are reducing sugar. So which contain free aldehydic and ketonic functional. So those compounds which contain free aldehydic and ketonic functional group, they reduces failing solution or Tollens reagent on heating. So these sugars are called reducing sugars. Next, coming to the non-reducing sugars. So non-reducing sugars are sugars which cannot reduce failing solution or Tollens reagent on heating are called non-reducing sugars. For example, sucrose. It is a non-reducing sugar which does not contain 3 aldehydric functional groups, so it cannot reduce this failing solution, as well as valence reagent non-heating. That sugars are called non-reducing sugars.